You guys have probably already heard the huge news from earlier this week about the Golden State Warriors signing Brazilian forward Gui Santos to a 3-year contract. That was shocking news just in itself because the Warriors were expected to use that open spot on a veteran player. But there is much more to the Santos signing than just bringing in an extra body to get the roster to the NBA requirement of 14 players. I'm breaking all of that down in today's video, so be sure you drop a like to help support the channel. Hit that subscribe button too for some of the best NBA content on YouTube. I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers with this video. I'm so close. Appreciate your support. And let's get into it. Gui Santos is a player the Dubs have had their eye on for a couple of years now. They drafted him in the late second round of the 2022 NBA draft. He played 43 games for the Warriors G League team down in Santa Cruz last year, and there he averaged 10.9 points, 6 rebounds, and 2.4 assists while shooting over 48% from the field and nearly 33% from three. But Santos, who's 6'8", added 15 pounds of muscle in the offseason, and he went into Summer League this past June at 220 pounds. The difference was very noticeable too. In 6 Summer League games for the Warriors, he averaged almost 18 points. Not to mention, he played this past summer for Brazil in the FIBA World Cup, and there he averaged 7.4 points on 50% shooting in about 18 minutes per game. I had tons of Warriors fans all up in my comments clamoring for Gui Santos to make the roster this year, and it looks like that wish has been granted by Warriors GM turned genie Mike Dunleavy. For those who aren't Gui Santos subject matter experts, well, Santos, in addition to being 6'8", boasts a 7'1" wingspan. He's known for being very in control with his athleticism and attacking the offensive glass extremely well. He's a good scorer and playmaker in the pick and roll, and he's developing a three-point shot. Sam Vecini, who is the draft guru over at The Athletic, had a great breakdown on Gui Santos when he was drafted. He called his frame amazing and that he knows how to use every bit of it. Okay, settle down there, Sam. He continued that Gui isn't the most explosive athlete, but he's fast and can run the floor. He also has good quickness and excellent body control. He knows what he's doing when he's out there on the floor. He can play through contact because of his frame and because of that control over his movements. Santos also plays aggressively with a nose for the ball. He loves a good tip slam on an offensive rebound. He's also good at attacking in transition and running ball screens. He says Santos is an excellent pick-and-roll player both as a scorer and passer for the Brazilian League, as well as being an effective pull-up shooter. He has a simple but terrific shooting motion that leads him to being able to knock down shots at a high level from distance. Defensively, he's a legit presence despite still growing into that frame, and he has added strength too. He's a real weak side rim presence who can hit the passing lanes with his arms to force deflections and steals. He rotates down to try to make action plays. He can stick in front of guards in the Brazilian League, and he uses his chest to wall up and cut off driving angles. He's tough to go through. He's good at closeouts and has solid fundamentals. As for weaknesses, Gui is not a crazy explosive athlete. He's largely a below-the-rim finisher despite being as big as he is. He's also not incredibly quick laterally, so there's a chance that he has a little bit of a struggle against some of the better NBA athletes on the wing. He also has a tendency to sometimes over-dribble and try to do too much on the floor. He handles the ball a little far away from his body, which leads him more prone to getting it stolen. He generally needs to tighten up his decision-making and ability to make things happen, but he's great once he picks up the ball as a driver because of his ability to extend and hit the open man. But first, he needs to be able to get to that point. In summary, though, Gui Santos has really improved his on-ball prowess as he's gotten more experience. The athleticism could be a concern down the road, but it's not impossible that he'll eventually become a reasonably effective rotational wing. And evidently the Warriors see that potential, but what makes this such a perfect signing is how the Dubs are going to be able to evaluate Gui in real game situations with that 3-year deal, but also not have to commit to 3 years. Here's what I mean. Golden State didn't release contract details for Santos, but I have a report as to what those details are. So according to Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype, his contract includes only $75,000 in guaranteed money. And after that $75,000 guarantee this year, there's no money guaranteed for the next 2 years. So if things by chance aren't playing out well in Golden State, the Warriors can get off that contract very, very easily. Gui Santos has real potential, though. I think best case, he can be a Joe Ingles type of player, someone who plays hard, who can facilitate, can play solid defense, stretch the floor. And with the way Andrew Wiggins has been playing this season, or should I say not really playing all that well, that small forward spot is not set in stone by a long shot. The Warriors have done a good job with their two-way spots with Jerome Robinson, Usman Garuba, and Lester Quinones. So that tells me they have a real knack for finding those diamond-in-the-rough players, catching lightning in a bottle, if you will. So I do have high hopes for Gui Santos and his NBA career. That's what I think, but tell me in the comments your thoughts on Gui Santos. Since you've watched this far, be sure to drop a like for the YouTube algorithm. Hit that subscribe button too. I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers with this video. We are oh so close. And if you're here, you're probably a Warriors fan. I did a whole video about the Warriors bench mob and how they are taking the league by storm. I'm loving what I'm seeing from these guys led by Chris Paul. So be sure you check out that video. Let me know what you think. And I'll catch you next time on the Half Court Report. Have a great day.